What I'm putting to you, and I'm going to put it again, what you referred to, where you said her version was the same.
Lady, I object. We've now asked that question over and over and over again, my lady. That happens. If you ask a question once or twice, that's fine. I haven't counted, but it's at least 4 or 5 times. That the same question's been answered by this witness. His answer will not change. Lady, we have to move on to other questions. We can't keep the witnesses here and repeat the same question.
I'm not sure. That question was not even finished. How do you know it's the same question?
Then I'll just wait with my objection. I apologize.
Yes, thank you, my lady. That's something else. I was putting something to you now. I put it to you that the reference to her version was the same as explained above. Was this your version that you explained above? There's only one version that you explained above. That's what it says.
My lady, can I please just clarify? Mr. Advocate keeps on referring to her version. Which version is he referring to?
Yes. Mr. Johnson, I'm now going to show to you why I put it to you so desperate to extricate your wife from this. Let's go to the first page. And that is what it's all about. That's why you desperately want to move away from this. Go to the first page. The second last paragraph. Please read that into the record.
I did not count the number of shots that were fired, but my wife recalls about 4 or 5 shots.
Let's stop there. It has 2 elements. The first one is about you. I did not count the number of shots that were fired. Let's stop there. Is that true?
My lady, if my memory serves me correctly, I did testify that in my initial testimony, and if I recall correctly, it's also verified in my statement to Captain van Aert.
Not a sign of 5 to 6 shots. Nothing. No reference to 5 to 6 shots in this. In this note of yours, it is clear I did not count the number of shots that were fired. There is no reference to 5 to 6 shots. Do you agree?
I agree, my lady.
Then the second part. But my wife, and granted, before I read it, you revisited this an hour or 2 later and you slightly changed that. And I will deal with the change. But this is the important part. But my wife recalls about 4 or 5 shots. Is that your words?
My lady, that is what I've written.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is so removed from this musical talent to count shots, like in music, exact 4. It is not the same.
My lady, as I've mentioned before, I created these notes as a recollection for myself, as notes. I can't, how can I put this? It's the accuracy of this. I mean, I'm being questioned here with a very strong line of questioning on something that I wrote while I was at the office, probably supposed to be doing other work. So it's a rough guideline. That's what my intentions were. If I may, can we refer to my statement to Captain van Aert? What mention do I make there of how many shots? If I recall correctly, I think 5 or 6 shots was mentioned. And if I remember correctly, that is what I also related to my colleagues. I said I didn't count the shots, but I estimated 5 or 6 shots. That's my version. It's been my version since the first time I repeated the version. Before I made a statement, it became clear from the, the bail application, that there were 4 shots fired. But I did not change my version. Even though I received confirmation, my version, initial version, was that I did not count them. My wife said she counted 4 shots or 5 shots.
And I'm going to help you. You know, 3 hours later, that will go to version 2, you change this paragraph, because it tells me it was not only a note, it was a note that you went back to 3 hours later, that you looked at it again, and you corrected little things. That is not a sign of a careless note that I just put somewhere. It's a sign I go back, I revisit that note, I'm very careful about it, and then I amend it, but we'll come to the amendment, and then I amend it. Now this is the question. Do you agree that approximately, I can give you the exact answer, it doesn't matter, approximately 3 hours later, you amended this note?
My lady, as I've mentioned before, it's intended as a draft version. Draft implies it will change. So I can concede I did make changes.
You deserve to know more.
eNCA.com.